Hey guys, Scott Harris here to rebut the argument that IPOs are a good idea because I am, after all, con IPO. I'll start right in on it. Okay, so I heard the argument that they are forecasted well, IPOs are forecasted to be doing well and to continue to do well. What about the percentages from Bloomberg? What about the percentages from ComScan? Um, about the fact that IPOs are not operating very well, especially within the first year, which is when they're most important. 80% of them falling by an average of 50%. 4 out of 5 IPOs fall by an average of half in the first year. Demand media fell by a full 68% in the first year. I'll tell you what, if that is what they're considering to be, quote, operating well, then I would say with confidence that this economy is in significant trouble because I can think of some scenarios that would be a lot better off than 4 out of 5 falling by an average of half. Again, if that's well, man, we have a better chance playing the lottery. Um, of the 1 out of 5 that do succeed or that do well, the insiders who retain stock may benefit, I believe is what I was told. I think we should emphasize the word may there. Again, 1 out of 5, or one company out of 5 come out ahead. 4 out of 5 fall. So, again, the chances are pretty small, especially with that may, for someone to come out ahead. A, and then B, the insiders who retain stock. Insiders, well, what about everybody else? What about the layman? What about the average people? Where's their chance to benefit from it? And while I do agree with the fact that the IPOs, the companies will have they will appeal to a broader customer base, let's not forget what comes along with that. For management, increased expectations, management being forced to try to please the public instead of investing wisely in the business. Young companies don't have the experience to deal with those types of pressures, and young companies really is when the company's young is really when they fall, and that's when it's most important for IPOs. um, the live or die attitude. So I think the experience plays a big factor there, and I don't think they're very well equipped or very well able to handle with what comes along with being public. And so while they may get more capital, especially as you said, I believe, to go towards research and development, um, they may have more capital. But again, let's think about percentages here. Um, Average companies, private companies, invest roughly 10% of its total assets each year. A private company who doesn't have the same pressures as a public company can invest 10% of its assets each year back into the company, whereas a public company who does have the pressure uh, invests on average 4% of its yearly assets. Big difference there. Big difference. Private companies are 3.5 times more responsive to changes in the investment environment than public companies are. So um, I'm sticking with the fact that IPOs are just bad. Those are my reasons. Scott Harris here.